Welcome to this video where I'm going to discuss tarot and free will. Sorry for the air quotes, it's just that free will has been such a debate, a topic that's been debated for so long, and neither side seems to reconcile. Tarot does a really good example of expressing something that can't be expressed in words, a certain paradox. For example, we can say there is no free will. We can go full non-dual and just say there's no doer. It's just universal, just actually stillness, and nothing is actually even moving. And this world is more like a dream that never really was. But in a more conventional sense, day-to-day life, we're experiencing, well, I chose this, I chose that, but even there we can say, okay, is that just my conditioned reaction, which it often is, especially with certain triggers, what you want to call triggers. Yet at the same time, we do know deep inside we can choose. We're not robots, we aren't robots. We can choose from left and right, and that's what they call the great work, developing our own soul higher and higher, up the tree of life, you could say. So both are true ultimately, and tarot does a great sense of expressing how the higher and the low, what is above is below, and how the higher and the lower can align for that will. That will. We have a center of will where we can choose, and we are, yes, life influences us, but we can also influence life in some way, and both are true. So without further ado, let's take a look at the Chariot card from the tarot, because it does a wonderful job, as I said, of expressing some of these ideas that are very difficult to be put into words. Okay, so now looking at these two cards and how tarot, and particularly the Chariot card, we're just looking at the Chariot card today. This is from the Thoth deck, and this is from the Gilded Royale Tarot by Ciro Marchetti, or Marchetti, I'm not sure how he pronounces that. Okay, so you see that right here in this Chariot card, you've got, first of all, the two Sphinx-like characters pulling the chariot, okay? And that's where we get the idea in divination of drive. But this one's silver, this one is gold. I see it as being lunar and solar. So two sort of opposing forces, yet they work together, okay? That's the drive. That's what drives forward motion. But at the same time there's forward motion, it doesn't look like it's moving. It's all about stillness. Even the charioteer woman, which to me represents yin type energy, or allowing type energy, as opposed to pure force, like forcing things. It's an allowing flow, okay? Is in a meditative pose as well to symbolize that. She's not grasping the reins or forcing these Sphinx characters to drive forward. She's allowing it, and behind her you see the wheel and the solar symbol above her head, again symbolizing the idea of the universal, the infinite, operating through you, or the charioteer, allowing that to operate through you in order to combine all the conflicting forces in you into a singular direction forward. So motion is because of stillness. There's only motion, apparent motion, really, because of stillness. If you think about that, because if space is an illusion in a sense, like time and space are illusions of their mind created, they aren't absolute reality, and in absolute reality it's infinitely large yet infinitely small at the same time, you could say. Within that infinite quote-unquote space, any motion is not going to matter, because there's no distance within infinity, really. Okay, distance only exists in a relative world, or relative sense. So we see the same thing here in the Thoth deck, the same idea with the meditative pose. There's the circle there, it's more of a mandala. The circle is moving. The circle is moving, and the canopy of the heavens overhead is similar to this circle behind, the universal. The drive and the determination with the large red, color red is important here, wheels, and the golden armor, again, being connected with spiritual values. By spiritual values, I don't mean morality as much as I mean allowing, that allowing the higher will to act through, to spin that wheel, to move these characters forward. And here there are 4, 2 black and 2 white. So again, the polarities have to be brought together, synthesized, integrated. And they are 4. So I'm not sure, I've read somewhere that it might indicate the 4 directions or something like that, but that could be. Anyways, there are 4 here as opposed to, usually you'll see 2 in most tarot cards, but the idea isn't to get too caught up on the symbolism, but just be able to learn to read a little bit symbolically in order to go deeper when you contemplate the cards and allow your own intuition to guide you as well. And along with things that have been expressed by people in the past who have studied this as well, and find out for yourself what resonates. And then on a divination level, let's just talk about the Chariot card quickly on the divination level. It's about drive, determination, will, really focusing on something to move forward and to overcome obstacles. In order to overcome obstacles, which are usually, again, symbolized by the opposing polarities, an inner conflict of some kind within yourself. Most obstacles are created by an inner conflict, okay? So you need to overcome that inner conflict first through stillness in order to drive forward through those obstacles. And in divination, this card coming up shows that that is indeed what you can do, what you can tap into and empower yourself with, the idea of being able to focus and stay determined in order to overcome those obstacles. And sometimes simply by taking action, and whether you feel like it or not, if you know it's the right action, then you don't know what the result will be, but just taking action, even when you don't feel like it, can start to dissolve those obstacles. And that's part of the message of the Chariot card as well. And since you got this far, please comment, like, subscribe, check out more of my work in the description box below, and see you in another video.